Hello. Hello.
Hello. We will start about 7:30. Nice seeing our friends here. You are traveling?
No, I tried to stop by at cafe. I should be live in cafe now.
Oh, okay. Be safe, yeah. We'll start about 7:30, okay? We'll have our
Mhm.
hosts and everyone. Nice to see everyone here.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our special 5-wave marathon series on automatic leadership. I see Kat. Hello. Oh, it must be very early now for you. Thank you for coming. And Anne, hello. And our teacher, Jacqueline, good to see you. And Giggling, hi. So now we have about 20 people online now. And there will be more people joining. So let's take the chance to say hi to each other in the chat and also share our location. So we have Giggling from Malaysia and teacher Jacqueline from Singapore. It's great to have you. And Anne from Singapore, hello. And Kat from Arizona, is it 4:30 a.m.? You are unbelievable. Thank you. And JT from Medan, wow. And Giggling from Penang, Malaysia. Michael Wilson from Medan as well. And Brian from Mexico, who is currently in Taiwan. Okay, so welcome everybody. My name is Sharon. I'm a certified DCI teacher and also a professor at SCIM, which is short for Sedona College of International Management. What it does is to train teachers for DCIG, Diamond Carter Institute Global. It's an honor to be here and to welcome you to this month-long program. That's why it's called a marathon, right? And let's see who could stay here from the beginning to the end. Cancel from Jakarta. Is it pronounced correctly? Cancel? Sorry if I mispronounced it, but welcome. So in today's Kickstart introductory session, we will learn about, first of all, what is DCIG? What does it do? And why the topic, automatic leadership? And what does that have to do with you? Okay, so maybe you will see that this idea will empower you to make a difference in your life and to take your life to a different level. And before we get started, please invite your friends to join, not because this is a free session. Okay, now
the bedroom Wi-Fi got problem. The thing keep crashing, so it's off.
I'm sorry. If there's any assistance that you need, please feel free to write in the chat. We have our tech support, Brian, taking care of all the requests. Thank you. Okay. So please invite your friends to join because, well, this is a free session, but not just because of that. It's also a session full of insights that may help your friend in a way or in an area that they want to develop in their life. Okay, so let's take some time to briefly introduce DCIG to those who are new to it. And by the way, if you have attended any DCIG classes, please show us by typing a 1 in the chat. Kat, yes, of course. And if not, please type 0. Let's see how many newbies we have. Junianto, yes. Oh, Elisa, yes. So far, yes, for everybody. Oh, Olive, new. Welcome. We especially like to have newbies to join us. Okay, so for those of you who typed 1, quiz time. What year was DCIG founded? We know the founder, okay, but what year was it founded? DCIG was founded by Geshe Michael Roach in year 2010. And Geshe Michael Roach is a scholar of a unique AI known as ancient intelligence. When he helped start a business, he had no business background at all. All he had was a 50,000 US dollar loan and also this ancient intelligence that he spent 25 years learning. And in the end, he created a business whose revenue doubled every 18 months. So from $50,000 loan, he went all the way up to a business of annual sales of $250 million. And in year 2019, the business was sold to the super investor Warren Buffett. So he founded DCIG to share the principles that he used to create a business with success. And DCIG itself was able to grow over 400% during the COVID crisis when a lot of businesses struggled. So if you would like to know more about these universal principles that you can apply to every goal of yours, please join us throughout this journey of our Automatic Leadership series. In fact, DCIG just finished an 800 people in-person program in Xi'an, China. I think there were also about over 1,000 people who joined online. If you were there in person or online, could you please type 1 in the chat to let us know? Oh, Kat was there in person, and teacher Jacqueline as well, Elisa. Cool. Okay, and actually at this very moment, SCIM, which conducts training for DCI, is also having its training program going on. We are doing a training on how to find your talent, passion, and purpose. And we have over 150 people from around the world joining as trainees. Okay, hope to see some of you here if you are not there already. So, like we said, what is very cool about these principles is their universal nature, meaning they can be used by anyone and can be applied to every goal that you want to achieve. And starting from this Saturday, our speakers will take turns to demonstrate how they use these principles in their lives to overcome their obstacles or to achieve the goals that they want. As for why leadership, why this topic? When we think of leaders, what comes to mind first? What comes to your mind first? For me, it's all about competition, hard work, and tons of responsibilities. So for me, it's like not for me. It's only for those who are brave and wise. I'm not one. But do you know that according to the ancient intelligence, our DCI's unique AI, the basis for leadership is simply enjoying your work. And that is why this series of talks is called automatic leadership. It's actually the nature outcome of enjoying what you do. So this kind of idea from the ancient wisdom of Asia, the reason why we can try to use it in our life is because they have been tested, examined, and passed down to us from generation to generation. Okay, and we don't need to be business leaders or political leaders to benefit from this series of talk. We can be a parent who is leading 2 teenage kids who never listen, or a wife like me, whose opinions are often ignored at home. My husband would come home and say, "Oh, this and that gave me a really good idea on what I can do with my diet." But guess what? What other people told him is something that I had told him like 2 months ago. But why wouldn't he listen to me? Okay, so that's what we are going to embark on. And now I'm going to hand over to our senior teachers and practitioner of the diamond cutter system, Teacher Kelly. to warm us up to the coming sessions. And if you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the chat or send me a message. We will ask the teachers at the end. Okay, so over to you, Teacher Kelly.
Thank you, Sharon. Right. Sharon's amazing host. Of course, she's also a senior teacher in DCIG. So she has gracefully agreed to come host this session. So thanks to her for making this such a warm startup for this whole opening session. Once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this opening session. Thank you for taking the time to join us for this opening session for our automatic leadership webinar marathon. Right. Before I begin, I first would like to express our gratitude to the organizations and teams who have been supporting this program that we started off. Let me share screen. Right. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? All right. Okay. The main screen. Okay, good. Thank you, Sharon. Okay, right. Firstly, we like to thank especially DCIG. If you are new and you don't know what does DCIG means, it basically means Diamond Cutter Institute Global. And also SCIM, which is the Donor College of International Management. And of course, all the organizers who are supporting DCI, and especially local organizer Jenny Wang. Right. Thanks to, of course, most importantly, I would like to also thank the speakers. Right. As some of you are already aware, we are doing this webinar for 20 sessions, and it's not just going to be us, and we have invited a team of international speakers from as you can see from the PPT, we have speakers from Singapore, Malaysia, China, that is from mainland, Hong Kong, and even Taiwan, and Vietnam, Mexico, Bulgaria, Almaty, and UK. So you can see that we have a big team of speakers, which is international from every part of the world, who is contributing to be speaking for this 20 sessions talks for this webinar marathon. And of course, without all our supporting team behind, the organizing team behind this event, this will not going to be possible because there's a lot of massive work amount to in order to organize this. So it was quite a lot of team effort. And we also have another group that is supporting the Chinese marathon as well. So we have two marathons going on, a Chinese group of marathon and the English group of marathon. And of course, we can't do a marathon without listeners and audience, which is all of you here. So thanks to all of you participating, coming online to listen in. And we hope you can continue to listen in what's coming up for you. Right. So this webinar marathon is organized in conjunction with the upcoming automatic leadership event that is happening in Singapore from the 3rd to the 5th July 2026. So the automatic leadership is actually a 3 days event that explores one of the most important questions in life. Why do some people naturally become trusted, listened to, and followed, while others have problems pushing, persuading, repeating, or trying to prove themselves to become a leader? I think this question is very relevant today because leadership is not just for CEOs. It's not just for managers and not only for people with a title. Okay. Leadership happens to wherever someone that needs to guide another person to a better place. What do I mean by that? It could happen in business. It could happen in teams, in a family. Like, for example, the mom or dad who wants to bring your children to a better place, wanting to guide them to do something that is better for them. So these are forms of leadership, right? You need it in parenting, you need it in teaching, in coaching, in a community, right? It's very important and it happens in our own life as well because we need to lead ourselves Sometimes when we are in confusion, we are pressurized, sometimes we are in certain pattern. We also need to lead ourselves in some way. So we are asking something much deeper here when we're talking about leadership. How do I become someone that people can trust? How do I become someone people feel safe to listen to? And how do I become someone who can guide others with wisdom, with care, and with strength? So this is the spirit behind this whole webinar marathon. But before I continue, I would like to invite everyone to type in the chat. Just one word. When you hear the word leadership, what comes to your mind? It can be anything. Care? Oh, Kat said care. Sharon says stress. Okay. Christopher, vision. Oh, nice. What else is there? Spirit, Zul. All right. What else? Power. Oh, authority. Follower. Senior management. Influence. All right. Cool. Thank you. Thank you all for participating. As you can see, it is a big scope when it comes to leadership. Some people may come to mind with responsibility, pressure, having to service, support people, have to build trust, influence, courage, and all the things that you guys said in the chat. Yeah, this is very beautiful. You can see from the chat that leadership is not just a small topic. It touches many parts of our life. Responsibility and all the things that we covered and all of you covered in the chat. This is exactly why we are doing this series of marathon, right? There's all this series of talk. Many people want better results with people, right? We want our team to listen. We want our children to understand. We want our clients to trust us. We want children to be inspired, or children or students to be inspired. We want our clients to trust us. We want business partner to collaborate or cooperate with us. We want our community to move together. Right. This is all what we want. But very often what happens in real life? Does it work the same way that we want it? We may explain more, we talk more, we repeat more, we try to push harder, we try to be more convincing, we try to be more patient, we try all sorts of methods to lead people. But it works sometimes. And many of the times it doesn't work. Then we start asking ourselves, why are people not listening? Why is it so hard to get people to cooperate? Why do I have to say the same thing again and again and keep repeating myself? Even myself feel like I'm nagging all the time, right? And why some people can lead so easily while I'm struggling to lead? These are not small questions. These are leadership questions. And the upcoming automatic leadership event in July goes deep into these questions. And also, we understand that some people, or many people, especially those who have never attended a DCIG program before, or doing a 3-day program like this may feel like a big step. So you may be wondering, what is this about? Is this program really suitable for me? Will I understand it? Is it practical? Or is it only for people who have attended? Or is it only for business leaders? Now, this webinar, that's where it comes in. It serves as a bridge for new friends to understand what automatic leadership is about. It's a way to explore the topic in simple, practical language. And of course, a lot of the speakers will be giving their personal examples that you can connect to and maybe give you some insights. It is a way to hear from different speakers from different countries and their different experiences. And is a way to understand why the July event may be deeply relevant to your work, to your family, your leadership, and your life. So I want to make one thing clear. Okay, these 20 sessions are not meant to replace the full automatic leadership event. Okay, so don't think that after listening to this 20 session, you're okay, I'm done. I'm ready to go be automatic leader. It doesn't work like that, okay? It's just a beginner. It's just something we call appetizer to give you a teaser into what this whole 3 days is going to be about. All right. So it's not designed to teach you everything. They're just doorways. So each session will be open with one leadership question, and then we'll give you something to reflect on. And each session will also show you one angle of why leadership is created from inside out. But the full depth and the complete system, the direct experience, and the full training will actually happen in the 3-day automatic leadership event on 3rd to 5th July in Singapore. So I encourage you to treat these webinars as preparation. So do attend all these webinars with curiosity, with your real life challenges. Come with the people you care about in mind. Like, some people, a friend or a few friends who might be in similar situation and they might need some leadership advice. Invite them to the webinar. Okay, come with a question. Where in my life am I being called to lead better? That's something for a start. All right. So for this webinar, we have organized it into 5 waves. Each wave has a different purpose. Firstly, the first wave talks about why leadership feels so hard. The first wave look at the basic pain of leadership. Some people as leader, they face problems of people not listening to them, even when they are right. And then questions like, are leaders born or created? And what's the difference between power and real leadership? Some people mention power, right? So does power means leadership? So something to think about. Why do good people avoid leadership? There are many people who are capable to become great leaders, but they choose not to be one. So why? Right. This wave is important because many people secretly carry resistance towards leadership. And because some people probably think leadership means ego. I don't know, some of you may think leadership has a bigger connotation, but some people think leadership means pressure, like some of you type in the chat, because you feel it's pressurizing, so I don't want to become a leader. Some people think leadership means controlling other people. Some people think I'm not that kind of person suited to be a leader. So in wave 1, it helps us reset the meaning of leadership. Leadership is not about control. Leadership is the ability to guide people to a better place. Then we will move to the next wave, the inner causes of influence. So this wave, we look at the inner qualities of a leader. We will explore questions like, what is a magnetic leader? And what kind of habit kills leadership? What if the goal feels too big? How do we keep going? And what does it really take to be a leader? So this wave is about the inner foundation of becoming a leader. Because people do not only follow our words. As a leader, people can feel our energy. They can feel our intention. They feel whether we are steady or not, or whether we truly care, like what Kat mentioned, to care for other people. They feel whether we are aligned with what we are saying, right? So this is the second wave. Moving on to the third wave. Oops, a bit too fast. There. Right, the third wave is very practical. So as leader, we will definitely face problems. A leader likely will face pressure, will face difficult decisions. So in this way, we explore how a good leader diffuses problems. And what is the attitude of a good leader? Why do smart people still make bad decisions? And how leaders refuse bad choices? This is especially relevant for business owners, even managers, parents, and anyone who often have to make decisions under pressure. So leadership is not tested when everything is smooth. Leadership is tested when things are uncertain. then that's where it tests whether you have the quality to become a leader. Right. Then we move on to the fourth wave. In the fourth wave, we look at communication and people. So as the leader, how do we speak to people so that people worth listening to us? And then how do we make our message convincing that people will follow us? How do we attract the right people to our mission? I think this is a very big problem right now in current market, that most companies have difficulty finding the right people to serve in their corporate, in their business. So how do we attract the right people to serve our mission? How do we lead different people to differently? Because everybody's different. You can't use the same, how you manage one person is suitable to manage the same way you manage another person. So everybody's different. So how do you lead different people differently? And this wave is important because leadership always involves people. So you may have the best idea, you may have the best intention, even the best plan. But if people do not trust your message, if they do not understand you, and they do not feel connected to the direction and where you're heading them, then leadership cannot move. So lastly, we are moving on to the fifth wave, the deeper purpose of leadership. So this final wave brings us to the heart of leadership. What does it take to be a great leader? What is the ultimate leadership shift? Like, what is the shift to become a great leader? And what is your leadership for? As in, what is your goal as a leader? Where are you bringing people to? And finally, we will talk about why should you be in Singapore for the event from the 3rd to the 5th July. So this last wave is not just about skills, it's about purpose. Because the question is not about how do I get people to follow me? The deeper question should be, where am I leading them to? If people trust me, what will I use that trust for? If people listen to me, what will I say? If people follow me, what kind of future am I guiding them towards? This wave talks about leadership becoming meaningful. Are you leading people to where they want to get to? Right. So that's why I'll show you an overview of this 20 sessions. You do not have to attend all 20 sessions. Firstly, I would like to say that. But we strongly encourage you to attend as many as you can, because each session is different. And as I mentioned, according to that wave, it builds up the whole leadership content. So try to attend as many as you can, and because each session gives you a different angle. So one may be able to help you to understand why people do not listen. One maybe can help you reflect on your communication. One session maybe can help you rethink how you handle problems. Another one maybe can help you avoid leadership problems or clarify where your leadership goal or direction is going. So if you attend the full series, you will begin to see the big picture. You begin to see that leadership is not just about technique. Leadership is not just about public speaking. It's not about management. It's not about having charisma or confidence. And it is not just about decision making. Leadership is a whole way of becoming. A way of becoming clearer. A way of becoming more trustworthy. A way of becoming more useful, and a way of becoming someone who can guide others to something better. Right, I hope my part has enticed you to join quite some of the topics in the webinar coming up. Then now I'll hand over to Jacqueline, my other
Thank
speaker.
you. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's give us a very broad idea, big map for us in the upcoming 20 section. Like it's now all the way till July. Yeah, so we really look forward for you guys to join us in this marathon. Again, not just marathon, but we hope to bring you into class. So to do that, actually, when Kelly says we got to do this and this launch today, a mini launch to our marathon, then was thinking, what then should I be sharing, right? Then what should I talk about? But I think none other, we are not just telling you theory, we are not just teaching you live tools or things like that. So what most I think I should share with you guys is what this automatic leadership means to me. I've actually attended 3 times. If I'm going to go this time, it's going to be the 4th time. And I want to put myself in the VIP seats. So I really want you guys to come in because that's so important for me. Not only as a leader, not only as, because it's in Singapore, but because it has impacted me. It has helped me. It has actually influenced my career and what it is for me. So I'm going to share with you. I told Kelly just now, I don't want to do slides, but today with AI, slides come so easily. No, just to share. So I thought I'd put in some slides so you don't just have to see me alone and people are some visual person around likes to read or like to see things. So I put on some slides. Okay, so begin with what's leadership? Good evening, everyone. Maybe I need to introduce myself. I'm Jacqueline from Singapore. I am actually an assistant professor in SCIM and had attended all these CIG level, and myself is a coach. So a life coach, not a physical exercise coach, but a life coach means I work with people. And I am also a co-founder of WCI, and I love to introduce it later. It is really this level that helped me discover. And let me move on, okay? As Kelly had said, my partner, there's a leader is not just a title, right? Because we thought they are CEOs, they are managers, leaders wear a label, right? But to me, when I attended this automatic leadership from DCIG, it is not. Leadership begins within. That's you and me, us. Okay, that's leader. We are all leaders. So how does that actually works? Then have you ever thought, like we just said, leaders actually brings people to a better place. So too, everyone can, right? So then what I think after I attended this 3 times, going to the 4th time, automatic leadership tells me this, what is really leadership? To me is how we think, how we respond, how we influence people around us, and how we move through challenges. So in the whole level, actually, you're going to learn more life too, and I heard this time it's going to be enhanced. It's going to be probably what I really want, more in-depth, right? Because after the 3rd time. So, but really, if you think about it, we are all leaders, but how does it help us? It's really, we are always stuck with our old pattern, right? I like to say we repeat things because naturally we love habits, we love comfort, we love things that we like to do and root ourselves. But when you talk about leadership, it does really needs to move us. So because today we normally stuck with our old patterns and we need to grow beyond them. And why automatic leadership become so meaningful in my life and my work? Because many of the life tools that they are taught, there's no life tool, okay, that being taught outside in the industry that you can find in automatic leadership. If those being taught outside, you wouldn't want to find it here. We find new insights to how we lead ourselves as leaders. So I really think if you can find good leadership thing, none other than this one, because it has really helped me. And it not only helped me as a person, how I think, how I respond, but in fact, it helps me in my career. I'm a coach, as I say, in my coaching reality is this: I am actually moving clients from where they are, which is usually people sits in problem, right? Usually people so-called don't get out of their problem, that's why they cannot solve the problem. So my job is to move them from their problem to solution. Okay, so I see many people struggle in this area of life, and they are usually stuck emotionally, sometimes feeling lost. Many a times in my coaching with leadership is making the right decision. And as said, decision is not just leaders. Actually, all of us make decision over 1,000 times a day. If you have not noticed, what to eat, what to wear, should I take bus, should I take Grab? Many decisions just within a day. But really, if you come to us, there are tools to teach you how you can make a good decision. So as a coach, when I see my client is being stuck in that area, and sometimes this keep repeating because of habits, because of fear, because of limiting beliefs. And I realize bring someone from a problem to a solution is not just me as a coach giving advice. It is not just me sitting listening to them and trying to consult, because a coach don't do that. We need to lead them. We need to actually bring them from their problem to think about solution. So actually in this leadership, what I've learned in many life too, I use it in my coaching career, in using the tools to help my client. So what real transformation is when I build trust, right? And when I guide with clarity, and then the best of all is my client had their own ownership, taking responsibility of their own problem. And that actually many of the life too in this level 8 has helped me to shift my client in this area. Because really it's quite sad for me to see many of my clients or people that I work, we are actually, maybe not only my client, maybe you test yourself, we are trapped in our own storytelling. We tell ourselves we cannot. We tell ourselves, is this just who I am? You tell ourselves, am I too late to be doing something? You know, you've always been like this. I have always been like this. This is me. That's why I cannot do. So it's actually, if you think about it, it's just client or ourselves being trapped in our own story. We tell ourselves this. Okay, we tell ourselves this. So when I say I learned this leadership when I start as a coach, we need to lead people from where they are right now here to really open themselves, embrace themselves, and be a leader, taking their own ownership within themselves. So ponder about this. Many a times, this is a sad story, I have to say, right? But if you come to level 8 and if you open yourself and embrace with what we are teaching and look at your own and look at what you can do. In fact, only when you help yourself, maybe you start to think about others. And then this is just like my career, right? So really, what I really love about it, from my job, from what I use, the tools, from what I learn to help my client to shift them, right? It's literally shifting them from dependent to a leader. Being a leader themselves, make that decision, make that their own ownership and their responsibility. So in the 20 weeks, you hear many things. Actually, I won't lead into it. They are very fun tools. You think they are all like, it's actually our bad behavior. Okay, so if you can get rid of them and take that part out of it, actually, that tool helped me to coach my client. I just need to ask them, do you have this 3 behavior? You know, subtly everyone shy away. And that 3 behavior is, I believe all of us have it, okay, because I have them. I'm not going to let you into it because you need to come to the 20 sessions of the talk and find what they are. They are just our normal behavior. We do them daily. We give ourselves excuse of, you know, what we need to do because we go to that 3 bad behavior or, some habits that we have built. So I use that to actually unfold many of my clients having those behavior. So see the leadership, this one has helped me. And then beside this, when I do all this, leadership is not just, a title. It is not just who I am, right? It is, to me, the greatest joy when we can do this is one, as a coach, your client or ourselves taking that responsibility more consciously, more courage, and brave to make changes. Actually, it is not easy to make change. It is not easy for us to confront with our habits and want to make that change. That's why I always find that, coaching is something that I enjoy. And then that transformations of the client has actually inspired me to keep doing this job, okay? And then this is just my career, and I've been a coach for 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. Wow, I didn't know. I've been there for 10 years. I still have to count, 2017, now it's 2026. So I've been a coach for 7 years. And I have to tell you, one of my fear in coaching is to work with family members. We say, right, parents, you can talk to other people's kids, but your own kids, it's very difficult to transform. It is very difficult for us to actually teach kids or, that's why there's so many parenting communication we need to talk about and to work on. And I have to proudly say, in my whole coaching career, I have brought the leadership at home. This is my son, handsome, huh? And I have actually did not want to coach any of my kids, although I've been a coach for 10 years. They are small. When I started this career, I thought just parenting, mentoring is good enough. And now he is a working adult. He's 29. Okay? He's a working adult. He's having his own challenges in his career. Slowly, I move the leadership, not just within my career, is to move it at home. One of my most proud moments is when I was walking with him in a shopping center. I know he has challenges, and usually kids will keep to them, or they just let you into some of the challenge because they'll tell you, you don't understand, mommy. Or mommy will tend to do what? Oh, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that, right? So, but I know as a coach very well, I should not talk to my son like that. I also would like to help him because I help many people in their career. On the escalator in Funan Center, specifically very vividly because it's my happiest moment in my life, and asked him, would you like to work with mommy? And he agreed. There and then, of course, I was quite safe not to fall off the escalator. He agreed. And if you think about it, why he has agreed, in this whole journey, we say we must build up our capital, we must build up to have good seats or good representation. We must be a role model. We must be showing something to our kids. Of course, in many days, especially when they're studying, mommy is just a nag. Homework finished already or not? Have you actually prepared this? Have you prepared your spelling? Have you prepared your math? Have you do your, your exam coming? That's all in the mind of our parents, and I'm a working mom that time. I travel 50% of the time. My children think I'm a nag. Because each time I come home, check their homework. Each time I come home, what score you have for your exam? Can you make it or not? So a mommy to them is a nag. So when I try to change that image with them, it's very difficult. And I say, I coach many youngsters in their career. Why can't I help my kids, right? So very much, it was one of my happiest moments is to be able to build this relationship with my son. And I'm his coach now. And coach represents more than a mommy. Coach means I'm a friend. Coach means I'm a mentor. Coach means that he's someone that he really trusts. He will let me into his life. Yeah. And that none other is really moving him into his leadership position, taking his ownership. So I really enjoy this level, okay? Not only that, I'm going to share with you. I know I have only 1 minute, but I must tell you, because of this level, I founded 2 awesome business partners, and we created this called Wisdom Coaching International. And one of them is the speaker that you just heard. And to be very honest, to find people with the same mindset, same vision, same mission, and same having the leadership quality to lead the company. Really, I have to do lots of planting to find them, but really I planted them. And that's what level 8 has helped me. You know, I founded my leaders in my company and working with them. Honestly, I led you into this. Me and Kelly just had about maybe 15 minutes chat at 3 something when I came back from my meeting. And that's it. Two of us trust each other. I know what she's going to do. She knows what I'm going to do. That's it. We didn't share slides. We didn't have many conversations. That is what leaders is about. This is trust in the making, okay? And this is, if you know, it's really what we strongly believe in our company called the perspective of your thinking, the self-management of your feeling, and then behavior in speech and action. And if we put all this together, we have planted beautiful seeds to find leaders in our life. And I found two. So you see, this is what I tell you. So you must come to level 8. I'm really selling, but that's my passion, not because I want to sell, because of DCIG program, because of level 8, and especially our teachers is coming to Singapore. Next is, so this workshop to me, okay, if you think you're going to come in so that you're going to be a CEO, going to be a leader, well, it's going to be more, okay, because this you cannot find elsewhere. It's going to build your awareness. It's going to change you looking into your own responsibility. It's going to make you think about your own communication style, because there's many leadership style there. What are you? So it's going to let you into it. End of the day, a leader is an influencer, okay? Social media is talking about influencer, but let me tell you, you are your own influencer. You are in your own affinity market, in your own group. You can influence and bring your friend, okay? And at the end of the day, to me, it's about trust. Without that, honestly, you don't bring people anywhere. People don't listen to you. So this is my component after I learned level 8, and I know that's going to be more, and that's my story. I'm going to end with this. If you want to start, this is an invitation from me. Invite a friend, come to the marathon. Best deal, bring them to level 8, okay? Get them in, because if you can bring someone, you are not only just trying to sell this. No, that's not what we want you to do. We want you to really help someone. If you see someone outside who is struggling or who is maintaining, all right, and if you think that they need something more in their life, bring them to our workshop, bring them to the 20 talk in this marathon, transform them. You never know, whatever our speaker says may touch their life and transform them. All right, so that's from me. I hope I shared my story with you and inspire you. Thank you very much. Over to you, to our MC host, Sharon.
Thank you for the leadership example, Teacher Jacqueline. And thank you, Teacher Kelly, for leading me and also to be my personal mentor for so many years. So thanks again, both of you, for the beautiful insights about leadership and a clear introduction on the upcoming sessions. So leadership is a much broader idea than what we would normally think, right? It lies in what we think, how we respond, and how we influence. And it all comes down to how I become capable of taking care of important matters and important people in my life. Okay, so if you want yourselves to be heard when you have something to say, if you want to know how to take care of the people that you care about effectively, including yourself, please don't miss out. Come and collect the pieces of leadership jigsaw puzzle until you get a beautiful picture of you leading the people you love to a better place. So please mark your calendar, save the dates, and embark on this journey of automatic leadership with us. So see you on Saturday. But before we go, please, let's take a picture together. Sorry. Please turn on your screen if you can, just to mark the day. So let's have a picture together. let's do L for leadership. So Brian, can you take a picture for us, please? 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Yay. Okay, so thank you for coming, everyone. And if you have any questions that you would like to ask, our teachers will stay here. If not, then I will see you on Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Singapore time. Thank you. Thanks again, Teacher Jacqueline and Teacher Kelly for being with us. And thank you all for coming in.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Kat.
Kat, for
And
coming.
yeah, especially Kat for coming in so early in the morning. It's really an honor to have everybody here. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you. Bye.